And I am live the 8th of February 2021. Let's make sure I'm getting out the other side 5 by 5 here. Let us see. Wait for that to kick in. And there we are. Bam. Just like that. Risa, hello. Sean, you almost won. Hello, McDave. How are you? Whenever I look at this, it always looks like I smudged mascara because it's dark, or it's just because of this hanging down here. It's crazy, huh? How's everybody doing tonight, huh? You almost made it. You were almost the winner tonight. Yes, you were, and happy Monday, everybody. Thought I'd have a short hangout. I got to kind of get rested up because, well, I've got a big week of being on my knees, not that kind of way. Okay, I got a big week of being on my knees and doing a lot of flooring coming up. Cool Super Bowl video. Thank you very much. It was a good time. And once again, I thank Janet and the boss for their wonderful hospitality, wonderful food. And how you doing, Kathy? And Bobby for driving me down there. I will be taking my van. I will be heading down tomorrow morning to spend probably Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, maybe Friday. I think I think once we get going, these laminated floors, they're just kind of lock them in place and run, and it goes pretty quickly to do. But we shall see. It's quite a layout. Hello, Double Shot. How are you? Good to see you tonight. So it's busy. Yeah, big week ahead. The Rosie girl's going to be on the job. Project, project, project. And like I was saying on the video, the Super Bowl video. The boss and Janet have done a lot of stuff for me over the years, being great friends. Come up here when somebody smashed into the side of the house in 2014. They were Johnny on the spot and came running up, and just done a lot of nice, very supportive of me. The boss checked an electrical problem I had here years ago. He almost got himself knocked off the ladder out back. It was crazy. Those click, well, yeah, they go pretty good. Are you? No, I'm not hosting fights. No, no, I couldn't get the license. How you doing, Monkey Boy? I tried like crazy to pull that California boxing license, but it just, it ain't Nevada, right? So, how you doing, Scottish? Good to see you. No, so I'm not gonna be hosting any kind of fight on the Rancho here. I guess I'll just do the pay-per-view, sit back in the comfort of my own home. You got to put vapor barrier. No, I didn't see the boss rep. He has, this is not going on a first floor. McDave, this is going on a second floor. And it has the built-in underlayment underneath of it. And he does have a couple 100 square foot rolls of additional underlayment there. So I think he's gonna decide whether he wants to lay that down or not. That'll be up to him to decide that. So we're gonna see, but because it's not on it's not on a subfloor. Well, it's on a subfloor, but it's not on concrete or something like that, in which case you would probably use some type of red guard or something like that, a membrane barrier to put down on that. So I don't know, but it's gonna be busy, and boss and I mean, we used to do moonshining together years ago, and we would have our moments of right fighting and stuff like that. So hopefully we'll get along pretty good. He's got some ideas about the way he wants things to be, and I have the some ideas about how things should be done. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be like cut three and measure once or something like that. Yeah, it'll look pretty good. I think he's got a pretty good color scheme on that. I'm not seeing any issues. I would go with a lighter wall color myself because the lighter the wall color, the more accented the floor looks. They have kind of a chocolate color, milk chocolate color, which is nice. I favor much lighter colors for walls because things pop out more. There's more pop. Details show better in a room, I believe, but it's not my choice. How you doing, Shimei? Nice to see you. You don't necessarily need underlayment for flooring because these days the Pergo has the underlayment built into. If you saw the video yesterday, you saw me reverse one of the pieces of laminate. It has the built-in underlayment right in there, and he's probably going to lay down. Like I said, he's got a couple hundred square foot, 100 square foot each roll of underlayment if he wants additional cushioning. But you walk on that stuff, that's pretty nice. It's got a pretty nice feel on there. It doesn't feel bad. How you doing, Gone with the Kale? Yeah, you have to sing happy birthday to Camo Dave. Well, if Camo Dave was in here, I did drop a little something on there for his birthday. I apologize at the 5 minute mark. Just refresh your connection. The Streamlabs dropped out. You look better rested. You're back better. I don't know, Teresa. I worked my ass off today outside. And as usual here, you'll be out there doing something and then something catches your attention. And it was like a holy crap moment out there. How long do you estimate the work will take? Well, the field will lay down quickly, and then it could be faster than we think, or it could be a nightmare. I generally never fiddled with fully flooring. Here, I had the woman that owned this house for God, I don't know, from 1950. From it was built in 1956, and she didn't do any maintenance at all on it. There were no lights, no ceiling lights, and there were a lot of drips in the ceiling and things, and it came through and it destroyed, it just, wreaked havoc on some parts of a nice, beautiful hardwood floor. And if you look at some of my early videos from 2013, it was a bloody struggle to sand out these dark spots, and it ain't perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but it's a lot better than it was. And then everything else except roofing, I did on roofing and flooring. I had somebody come in and lay the tile in the kitchen because I wanted the 4 by 12 pattern, and that's got to be laid out a certain way. And I had the same guy do the shine check. But I did the flooring here and then refinished them. You can see some of those early videos from January of 2013. Some of the first things that I uploaded were sanding out the floors and trying to make them look better. I don't, they build the flooring pretty easy. It's pretty simple these days. You don't need a ton of tools to do it, but you do need to be kind of precise when you measure and stuff like that. Hello, Joey D. I have knee pads. I've already packed them. Mowing is a workout, especially on the rancho. A lot of people are surprised, like, Rosie, you got a pretty big chunk of land back there. I do, and in wintertime, I might go back there once every 2 weeks or something. And the weeds had gotten about that tall, and that's about the limit of the mower. I have 3 mowers. The boss just gave me a used one that he had. So I have a real old mower, and then I have 2 relatively new mowers, but those mowers take a beating. Here, this is a lot to cover off, and once now we'll have to, mowing every week will be a reality. But I've done that for 10 years. Yeah, the back lot's huge. Help you put another nice wooden prod around. You could make such a nice pagoda entertaining area back there. Should I have all the ladies come in? Huh? Have all the ladies come in for entertainment night? I don't know. I'm not sure. Hey, Pecan Baby. I actually, wow, I actually paid someone to cut my lawn a few years back. The guy was 70 and had a fatal heart attack while cutting it. Well, I'm really lucky. Thank you, McDave. I'm really lucky. Yes, it is. It's for a city, for being, and everybody knows where I live here. It's right in the very heart of Santa Rosa. And it's a very rare property that has an undeveloped lot on the back. And I'm always under pressure from the city because they always have designs on. They hate to see, they believe in infill. They don't want to expand the city limits. So they push people for infill development. They hate to see undeveloped property because it's easier sewer hookups, it's easier electric drops. You can put higher density. This property is is zoned for multifamily dwelling, which means apartment houses. Hey, how you doing, Jesse Scott? It's already zoned for that. And you know, if I was to sell this place tomorrow, within a day or two of closing, you would have bulldozers just taking down all of the buildings here, and they would just develop a 20, 30 apartment complex on here with parking and all that. And that's the way it goes. So I hate that. Yeah, I don't like popcorn ceilings. I've always liked smooth drywall ceilings. I'm too lazy. I pay too well. I do it myself because I'm trying kind of cheap. Yeah, it's a double lot. Yep. I had a gardener originally. I had to fire him, then rehire him, then fire him again, then rehire him, then fire him and rehire. We just went back and forth because the guy had a family, and I really wanted to support the family, a Vietnamese guy. But the quality of his work and the materials he used, I had him put in the front lawn and lay the sod and put in the sprinkler system, and it's given me nothing but trouble for years. The poor, crappy work that he did out there. You enjoyed the football game at the boss's house. The food was absolutely past awesome on the smoked rib. They just felt right off the bone. Nice to have a gazebo. Well, Riza, let's think about that. Now, if I have, hey P2E, if I do have a gazebo back there, what would, um, I really don't have any view to speak of. I mean, if I've situated that it's looking west towards the ocean here, I'm looking at the apartment house behind me. If I situate it so it's looking north, I just have a redwood fence. If I have it situated east, I have just the fence behind the orchard. And, if I have it situated south, I just see the duplex apartments there. So I don't know. I don't know. I know when Missy Jen was here, she really liked the aspect of having that extra buffer of privacy on here. I think we have to be extremely careful by getting the heart rate up that long for, well, I think C. Robbins, I've always worked hard. We've never really had any incidents of any heart problems or any history of that or anybody. We usually just keel over in our 90s or whatever. So I'm not, particularly because I've never been a person that just sat in a chair like that and just uh, watched the world crumble around me, right? I mean, I've always been active, always doing projects, always doing long walks, always staying busy. So I've not allowed myself to really physically degrade that much. So, yeah, Alyssa Pecan, baby. Hey, High Watch. I hope that guy finished mowing your lawn before he had the hard. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the fireplace is a Dimplex. It's a fakie, but I've searched long and hard for one that would look good and it would look real and it wouldn't look all fakey. Let's how many people have heart attacks cutting their lawns, especially in the south region of America where it's hotter than hot. Hey, how you doing, Bronson? Well, I remember Chris. I was talking to Chris, Rich Life of Road Trips, and he said his father had gone out and have a big property down there, and he came in the house and basically turned blue and dropped out of a heart attack. So I guess there's something to that. There was also shoveling snow. Yeah, I feel like I'm pretty young. Got over. What are we talking about here? I missed what High Watch said. Let me see. I gave a guy a hot tip the other day for a video when did that thing got over 100,000 views in 48 hours. Awesome! Replace the grease spot recliner. Exactly. What's up, Janet? Here we are again. I got everything all caught up here today, Janet. I'm going to drill down a little more about today's activities. If you guys wouldn't mind just hitting the thumbs up button if you're enjoying the chat, it does help a lot. It does help the channel, and it You know, it's nice we can get together, and there's a lot of stuff going on YouTube now, and not all of you know some of it's very unnerving for some people, but you know, we pretty much mind our P's and Q's over here and mind our own business and just do our own thing, so it's helpful. My dad's eight of us still cuts down Washington trees. All right, the everyday BS stuff we do thinking alls with. When I, yeah, he did it again. I mean, I never her ribs. Let me tell you something. Her ribs were top of the line. Top of the line. I mean, sometimes when you have ribs and you grill them, they end up being chewy, and you're just tearing hell. You got to reach for the dental floss, and it's oh my God, it's a miserable experience. I'll tell you, that smoker in that time, and they used a little bit of moisture, a little bit of water in the bottom, and some foil in a pan or something, and they were spectacular. I mean, they were great. Outside of the place, Gale Street Tavern in Chicago, they're probably the best ribs I ever had in my life. They were super well done. Hey, Andrew Scott. Hey, Cheryl. How you doing? How you doing, Jody? Super well done. Beautiful, beautiful. Top end smoker. So as usual, she kicks it out. Like I said, the game could have been a little better, a little bit closer, but it is what it is. And we still had an outstanding time. I got to go up and show you guys a little preview of one room anyway of the job site. I imagine once we get underway, laying the field is very quick on that snap and go Pergo. So I think we'll be making good. The trick with the boss is making sure. Hey Jeffrey, the trick with the boss is making sure we're on the same page and we're agreeing on things, because sometimes we'll have differences of opinion when it might come to the way to do something, and we'll see how that works. I'll do plenty of videos this week, so we'll have a lot of. Hey Maggie, I'll go live when I can. I'm not going to be like the boss and some nights work until 5 a.m. in the morning up there. That ain't going to be me. I can guarantee you that. Not at my advanced age. Hello, Amanda. Game was terrible. Didn't have four of their offensive line. Well, you got to go with what you got. Hey, Patricia, how are you? The game was not the best Super Bowl because we've been spoiled the last couple of years, unless you're a Tampa Bay fan. And then that was a dream Super Bowl for you because you were in the driver's seat the whole game. You were cruising, okay? For those of us who hope to see a closer contest and some more offense, it was a disappointment. Generally, when we get to Super Bowls, and I'm not going to make this about sports, but generally when we get to Super Bowls, we have very low number of penalties in Super Bowls because why would that be? Because you have two teams that are highly skilled at virtually every position on the field. That means safeties, cornerbacks, whatever, linebackers, defensive ends. These guys are pretty good. And yesterday, I don't know whether it was overzealous reffing or just blatant pass interference things and stuff. They were calling tight on that game. And basically, the Chiefs just threw it away on penalties in the first half. They should have been up. They should have been up 17 points pretty quick off the bat, but they just blew so many opportunities with just stupid stuff. Okay, and that's what blew me away. This was the first Super Bowl where I don't even remember that many penalties in other Super Bowls. Hey Mew, how are you? So many calls, defensive pass interference. My God, and lining up in the neutral zone, and just the stupid stuff like unsportsmanlike conduct, right? Just stupid killing stuff. It was just brutalizing to see that. Yeah, I'm going tomorrow. I'm going to be driving. Should have won last year, but they didn't call any of these penalties. The Chiefs played dirty. Uh, Plus Jimmy G kind of blew apart in the fourth quarter anyway last year, and we talked about that. Yeah, Brady's good, man. You got to give chops to that. So that's all I'm going to say about that. I don't want to make it into sports thing, but it is, and I'm going to be honest, it's the absolute dreariest time of the year right now. So I'm kind of glad to be on a project because I don't have to sit around here and look out the window and just gray. And we have a couple sunny days and stuff, but the sports. We're in this lull period after the Super Bowl, and it's really like it's just nothing. I'm not that much on, I listen to the Warriors basketball game, but it's really not much going on until April with baseball, so it kind of sucky. It's Missy. How you doing, Missy? Missy's absorbing the loss, as everybody in Kansas City is today. It's good sports. I support my grandmother's enthusiasm with sports. That's good. That's good. Good to see you. That's like Rosie likes cricket and tennis. No, I like a badminton. It's not badminton. Badminton, where you hit the little shuttlecocks back and forth across. And I'm not going to bullshit you guys. I used to laugh like hell at badminton when I was, the girls at we used to, I went to an all boys high school that was all next to an all girls high school. And, senior class, I took an engineering program, and we had surveying was one of our courses. We just get those scopes and look at the girls with their short dresses on out on the badminton, playing badminton there outside. And I used to just, really, that's a sport. Then I watched it in the Olympics. I was like, holy hell. Man, these guys are fierce, right there, right? I mean, these guys, like same thing with ping pong, and then you see these guys backed up 30 feet from the table. You're like, holy hell. Yes, you have to have your shuttlecock. That's what they call the birdie. I guess we called it growing up. So I don't know. How you doing, Kim? I was thinking of volunteering in whatever way I can help people get vaccine. We have to rise up and work together. Our government can't do it without us. Our country needs us. There you go. See, Russ, feel great to be. He moved from one team to another. Yeah, it's just he brought his skill set with him, but he brought Rob Gronkowski with him too, and that makes a big difference. Okay. How about having somebody that you're coming with that you know exactly what their moves are? You know exactly. You don't have to tell this guy things two times. And let's face it, you get the ball to this guy and he's a horse. Ain't nobody going to bring him down a little safety. Ooh. Like I said, if I could go back in any time and moment in your life, what would you go back to? I don't really have a desire to go back. I guess I would have. I don't know. I really don't have any desire to go back at any point, to tell you the truth. High Watch, pretty happy. Donnie, get your mind out of the gutter. She had a great story. That's right. Well, trans people are people too. I love ping pong. I was champion ping pong player in 6th grade. That's awesome. Where did you get the old-timey stereo cabinet? This is not an old-timey cabinet. This is considered the finest stereo console ever produced in the United States, period. And that covers a lot of years from the 1920s up until the 1980s, Curtis Mathes and some of the final silver tones from Sears and all that. This is a 1960 21 tube stereo, 3-channel stereo console. What makes it great? Number one, it's produced by Motorola, one of the greatest names in sound. Number two, it's one of the rare units that has 3 channels. Yes, 3 channels. Left channel, right channel, and a dedicated 3rd channel that's just bass. Number three, Motorola was pretty smart. This was the era of Mad Men, right? They looked around at their engineering corps and said, you guys, we're a bunch of nerds here. What do we know about furniture and Mad Men and Swedish modern design? Let's hire a company that does. So they contacted Drexel Furniture of North Carolina, and they said, hey, we'll build the guts of it. You build the cabinet. And Drexel, one of the few consoles in America that has the cabinet built by Drexel, a very high-end furniture maker at that time, of the Mad Men design. That's what makes it great, okay? What do you go? Do you think you'll ever retire, stay healthy, travel more? See, Robbins, the pandemic really threw me for a loop. Okay, in one way it was good, in one way it was bad. In one way, I got called back on a 1099 contract, working for a contract firm. And that's put a few dollars in my pocket because people were bailing out left and right in the beginning of the pandemic because they didn't want to be hanging around hospitals pushing paper around or hanging around clinics pushing paper around. So that was good for me. I was able to go in and make some money doing that. On the downside, it totally threw a wrench into my travel plans because in March of 2020, all of a sudden, ooh, for the first time in my lifetime, we're going into shutdown in this country, in California. Stay at home, shelter in place, 30 days, right? And we've been up and down on this friggin' roller coaster of this pandemic. So I haven't felt comfortable really leaving the Nevada, California bubble as much as people hate on me. Oh, Las Vegas again. Well, at least I know the terrain and I'm safe and I can make good content. Same thing with LA. But my plan is to travel and put it into gear and definitely hit the road. Now, as I get older, I'm going to want to be in a position where I'm at a place like maybe some place nice and maybe a place in Florida or maybe a place in Arizona or something for winter time where I'm gonna want to be stationary. So I got to see where I still enjoy excellent health, and then I'd like to have a dog or something like at that point, and then just whatever. But there's a ton of content that I want to do. Curtis Mather, very good brand. My father in Westinghouse was my father manager of the store. Okay, detailer, that's great. Great. He's got a record run. Well, this is just a great. You can see the Mad Men design. And when this thing became available, you can look on my playlist. There's a playlist called Vintage Audio Rescue where I actually go out and grab these units from neglectful owners. Like, PETA, People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals. Well, Rosie's People for the Ethical Treatment of Vintage Audio. Okay, so I go out there and wrestle these units from their unrightful owners and bring them back to the rancho and restore them to all of their glory. Okay, that's my job there. The pandemic set us back a lot, and it's still not clear to me that everything's going to be totally smooth sailing coming out of it, but we shall see. Is that the lovely Witty Widow? How you doing, Witty? How are you, sweetie? You back in the Orioles this year? We have to imagine if the SARS that got us. South Florida will never have the same attraction to go travel. I'm not sure. Hey, Risky, how you doing? Our children will be immune and have a good base. But then we'll have the next damn thing coming up. Well, thank you, Kim. Thank you, sweetie. You're very sweet. Hey, Elmer, just so you know, I never would have found your channel if it weren't for Camo Dave. And for that, I'm grateful. And Camo Dave, happy birthday to you. I stopped over and dropped a little birthday money bomb on Dave today for his birthday because I do enjoy his content. Thank you, Cheryl, for that. My mother's old Magnavox 25. Yeah. Put on the boat front. I have my dad's old radio record player in the cabinet. I have two probably from the 50s. My daughter's having it. Very nice, Vicky. Very, very nice. So I'm out there today. I'm busting my balls, pardon my language, okay? I'm looking at that grass. It's about that tall. And I know if I don't cut it today, right, by the time I get back from doing this project at the Boston Janets on Friday or Saturday, that shit's going to be that high, okay? And I am going to be F-U-K-K, okay? Fill in the rest of it. So I'm mowing along. It's a big property out there, right? But I look at it for exercise. We got to stay in shape, right? All of a sudden I round the corner. I'm doing about 8 rows, and all of a sudden I look over at the fence line. And I'm like, I almost popped my wig off when I looked at this. I'm looking at the fence line, which is usually like that, and all of a sudden. that baby's pitched over like that. Like that in a big section, and I mean it's hanging, man. I mean it's ready to go, and if that baby goes, there goes half the length of a football field of fencing is going to go down. I slipped into panic mode, man, and got out there and cut the wedges from 2x4s and pounded them into the base there and got that baby stabilized. Oh man, if I, because we have more rain coming, and I thought if this baby had gone down, I'm screwed. I got to get the checkbook out again and get some more fencing put up. Yeah, Janet is an amazing, amazing cook. Working times to give full attention. I think best way to stay going in life, find new hobbies. Best way to stay young is stay engaged. Resist sitting here in the greasy chair, and we know where that came from. Okay, it's not like my wig is leaving a grease spot. That's what I'm saying. Okay, best thing to do is resist crawling into that baby. Okay, because then you start to freeze up, and you start to see older people when you call them, they turn their whole body, right? Yep, you call me. They start losing that limberness and that flexibility and that ability to stay limber. You start to get the hanging chickens and all that. They, they don't drink a lot of water for every cup of tea or coffee you drink. You should have a glass of water behind that, period. Okay, in my opinion. I don't want goats, Vicky. The hell with the goats. I'll lose a finger out there. They'll attack me when I'm on the porch or so. I don't need that, okay? I don't need that. 12 million back. Yeah, get out of that chair. That's it. That's exactly right. I mean, hey, what's up, Mark Terry? I don't need the drama of a goat going into attack mode here and smashing the glass in on it. I don't know what these things do. The hell do you do with a goat? Right? What do you do? Pull up a chair and hey, how you doing today? Right? What do you do with a goat? Fry it up? I mean, what the hell are you gonna do? Call it, call it what? Call it spot, and then it keels over one day, and you got to bury a goat on the property. The carpet cleaner resolved. Yeah, I'm not particularly worried about it. Actually, Craig, it's a good talking point for hangouts and things like that. So, we have to have our memories once in a while, just to remind ourselves where we came from and where we don't want to be again. And I don't want to go down that path again. Okay? I want to let my golden years be golden. Okay? So I want to get this place in tip-top shape. I want to keep downsizing and get rid of crap, get rid of crap, and get rid of crap. And yeah, eventually I'm going to have to hire some outfit to come in and take care of the landscaping or get the hell out of here and just, I don't know, right? Move in with Witty Widow or something. Bourdain, or I have to keep. Well, I've never had any inclination to, I never feel like I had any desire not to be alive, and I think that that's a good thing. Now, I know some people contract some very, very terrible medical conditions and things, and it's debilitating, and I can understand why some people don't want to be around anymore because every day is agonizing for them, and I get that, and my heart is moved by that. But life is for the living. I would like to get the conversion van. I'm now targeting the conversion van as the vehicle I would like to have due to size and comfort and build quality. And plus, I can doodle around with it and do some cool stuff. When will it come? I don't know. Yeah, do it for the views, right? Imagine me and Witty Widow moving. Would he be like, what do you want to do today? Would he be like, I feel like doxing somebody today, Would he? I don't know. I feel like popping on the Dorito bikini today. Okay, let's compromise. Do it for the views. Yeah, I'm not particularly worried about that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the chair is the chair is the chair. I mean, it can be this stuff is junk, right? I just went down to the video. You can see the video of me picking this crap out in 2013. I'm having great sport with the Vietnamese girl that's selling it, and then I leave the furniture store and I go apply to be a Hooters girl. I have that video up, and they couldn't get the application in my hand fast enough over. over. Like, have a seat there. You want something to drink? Yeah, here you go. You think I'm crazy now? I did some crazy shit in my younger days there. So yeah, you guys miss a lot of stuff if you don't go back. It's a hoot to go back and check it out. Stay engaged. By all means, stay engaged. I think that's looking at the curtains in the background. What happened to Robert? Roberts pops in once in a while. Handsome Robert. You know, he's got his mom who's got some real severe medical issues, and they've basically been living in lockdown for about a year now, and I can't blame them. So I imagine they get groceries delivered in and minimize their outside travels or whatever. 39 days to spring. Our spring is already sprung here. I've got citrus flowers that are already budding out there. So usually by the second week of February, we're already into another couple of weeks. The peach trees, the apricots, plum trees will be in full blossom. It'll be a riot of beauty here with all the trees and everything. Yeah, handsome Robert was here. You losing your wig outdoors may have been a very interesting situation. Yeah, I mean yeah, you know, it could be one of those Kodak moments. You never know. But I'll tell you, when I saw this fence pitched over and this thing was just, if you would just breathe on that, that whole thing would have flopped down like 150 feet of fencing would have just gone right over. And I would have been in panic mode. Now what the hell am I going to do? I got all these gangbangers that are going to cut through the property and get trapped in the rancho. You know, the people got no sense, right? So I'm lucky I got that got that stuff fixed up. How you doing, Will B? What's going on? Here's our most winter. By second week of February, we're already pointing towards our coldest days are really behind us, and we'll still have rainy season, but you know, it's nice. The trees are gearing up. I had to cut the grass today. Any of you cutting grass in the Northeast or the Midwest? I doubt it, right? We're cutting grass here. C. Robin said, I hate recliners, not very comfortable. Couch is not worth the investment. A nice bed mattress is worth the investment. Sleeping is extremely vital. I would agree with that. I've never been a very good sleeper, much to the chagrin of Missy Jen. I was the consummate tosser turner, and Jen would just pass like they hit her in the head with a hammer. Don't you envy people? I mean, I don't think I've had a nap since kindergarten, okay? I really, it's very fitful when I go try to sleep and stuff like that. And I've always envied these people that can just pass the hell out when they go down. I saw the video of the guy stream bombing you with candy bars. Delightful surprise. Yeah. Like everybody knows where I live here and everything. And yeah, sometimes we'll get people popping on by and yeah, at least they were nice. They stream sniped and threw candy over the fence. And I looked at that for a day or two and I debated, should I eat the candy or not? And the second day comes and I'm looking at the candy and my eyes are starting rolling. Okay, what the hell, you got me. Started picking it off the ground and eating it. I can't nap either, Linda. There's no way I can take a nap. My mind is just too restless. I can't do it. But they threw that candy over the fence. And now you remember when Errol Flynn came here that night, right? That was about, what, 8 months ago? Really good looking guy. And then they were going to come back to Kitchen Stadium. And then, Elvis got blown off of YouTube or whatever, and I guess the Transparency or whatever took that as a personal hit on him or something, and I never heard from him again. On that, as we get older, we sleep with, we don't oxidize melatonin the same. Some nights I'll take a melatonin. That seems to work pretty good, the melatonin, but I don't. I haven't gotten on Ambien or witty, Linda, stay off of that Ambien, okay? Imagine staying in Witty's and you're in bed and all of a sudden you wake up and I'm having an Ambien moment, Rosie. I'm sorry, but you'll do it the moment. Yeah, you feel like you're gonna miss something. I mean, I think we're kind of a high energy people, which is nice. I hope you had time to try the grapefruit white claw. Benadryl. I don't really don't want to take Benadryl. Melatonin seems more natural, right? And I don't know. I don't know. Errol Flynn was an axe murderer, was he? Huh? He was a good guy. Yeah, an adventure you will never remember, and one that nobody will be around to tell the tale as you end up underneath of the floorboards of the circular saw comes out to open up cut open the floor and wrapped in contractor bags down below the floor. I know. It's a lot to worry about, right? You come calling these days. Remember the days of being the gentleman caller, right? They would come at present a card, right? Have a seat in the parlor, please. I'll tell me lady that you're here to. It's like you open the door, you don't know what the hell is going to be out there, right? See, Rob, I can't shut my head off when I sleep. Sometimes I'll get an old movie and I'll pop an old movie on from the 30s or something and watch an old Jimmy Stewart or Cary Grant or Jimmy Cagney or Edward G. Robinson movie, something like that. Watch one of those movies. Giving all your secrets away. I am. An adventure you will never forget. So I got the fence pretty much stabilized. Keep your fingers crossed. If I can get one more spring and summer out of that, then I can bite the bullet and get the 8-foot chain link, what I call the zombie fence out back. Because when the day of reckoning comes, they're going to be coming at me from two directions here on the ranch. Now, I'm armed to the teeth here, right? I've got 2,000 rounds here of 9mm. So, it's the only thing I want to make sure is that I'm live streaming when it actually happens. So I have to get the camera set up in a strategic location. And when they start coming over the fence from the south side and from the west side, it's going to be like that. It's going to be like the Alamo going down that day. But at least I'll have my 8-foot zombie fence, which will initially give me some protection against the hordes in the back there. So the Fuller Brush Man. Yeah, Errol Flynn. He was born in Tasmania, right? He was a hell of a athlete too. He did his own stunts and was a pretty amazing, good-looking guy, and did a lot of those swashbuckler pirate movies, and it was pretty damn cool. Zero Trouble. Yeah, I like the old movies. I like the old movies too. Ready for the zombie apocalypse. Of course, it's coming. You're going to have that mutation that starts turning some people into zombies, and you're going to wake up one morning and it's Barbara. They're coming for you, Barbara. it's going to be too late, and you better be good with the headshots out there. It's good. Anybody ever see the movie World War Z, and they had that scene in Jerusalem where it was just, I don't know, it was some of the craziest cinematography I ever saw in my life. Because when you're filming those scenes of zombies going in all the passageways of old Jerusalem in Israel, all the camera guys are running backwards with gimbals on, trying to shoot this stuff, probably tripping over woven baskets and stuff, trying to, and every, I mean, it's just, it was the craziest scene, but it just showed you when a horde just totally sweeps over. I mean, you don't got a bloody chance, right? You're a goner. Shimei says 18 degrees on the mean streets of Lawrenceville. Flynn, the best movie was Captain Blood. No real Flynn movie stands out with me. He was big in his heyday, but I don't believe he ever won an Academy Award. I don't know if he was ever nominated for an Academy Award. I don't know. It might have been a little xenophobia against some foreigners. I don't know. I just have no idea. I don't know. Remember the Electrolux Vacuum Man? Yes, I do. Yep, and I certainly remember the Fuller Brush Man, and it was the only, he'd come in and open up that case, and I think my mother felt so bad that she would always find some like shoe brush. Okay, buy this shoe brush, right? What the hell? That's when you really had to scramble to make a buck, right? Never saying with zombies and vampire. I guess people love being bitten. I find it painful and not erotic. I don't know many erotic zombie movies. There's erotic Dracula movies. I can't think of any erotic sort of zombie movies. Maybe the sexiest one I ever saw was From Dusk to Dawn with Selma Hayek, who, I mean, wow. Really? I would have been at that bar every night, to make a pigeon out of me. I don't care. Let me just see this chick, right? Looks like you're all about to let the girls out. Well, remember when you got 38 DDDs, it's hard to keep them contained, right? It's hard to keep them contained. But that was definitely a wild movie, and Cheech Marin really made that movie. That was fantastic. That movie, right? Yeah. Anybody remember that movie, Susie? Huh? Selma Hayek. Yeah, she's 50, 54. Still looks great. Still looks fantastico. Pin your shirt. Come on. Really? You ought to walk around with these babies. Sunday, Saturday's supposed to be -18. Pin your shirt. Really? Really, Sharon? Huh? Pin my shirt. How do you ever see me wear a Dorito bikini or my red, white, and blue onesie last week? Nobody told me to pin that, right? Do 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 da bum 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 do 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 do. When you Baltimore Clipper, when you Clippers from Baltimore. Yeah, we'll have to fire that up. 39 degrees in Nashville. Well, that's not too bad, huh? Take off. I'm not sure if this is the. I guess you can unbutton it. I don't know. This is really top quality, though. This is really MLB official here. Majestic, who makes all the uniforms for the pros. This is the real deal. That's the real deal. That's a real jersey. That's it. Now, as far as what's going to happen, hey Sean Marie, how you doing? I'm going to kind of play it by ear over. I'm thinking Friday. I'm going to be hitting the road to come back home because it's going to be a multi-step process because more material's got to come in. And then the following week, we got Valentine's Day and all that. And then I hope to be hitting the road to either LA or Vegas or maybe a combination of both. I don't know. And then come back and there may be some more work to do on that project. Yeah, I'm going to be heading out of town Not sure. I do walk around the same size as you, but they are hanging. Well, it's okay, Sharon. I just can't pin it, honey. Right? I mean, the girls do what they want to do. Right? That's the pins. The buttons are definitely under pressure. That's for sure. My ex and my brother helped build the Oriole Stadium. Well, Sheila, I grew up with the old Memorial Stadium on 33rd, the outdoor insane asylum on 33rd Street, 33rd and Ellerslie. What great memories! Dropping sodas off of the upper deck down into the parking lot. Okay. Detailer, do your breasts ever require? Yeah, thumbs up are appreciated, guys. We're really behind on the thumbs up tonight. Do your breasts ever require support? When I had my boobs done, I had what they call Israeli internal bra built in. So they're when I'm gone down into the flames of the cremation or whatever, they'll be still perky and standing right upright as we go into the as we go into meet our final ride in life. They'll still be sitting up and perky. No, Susie, I had no side effects of the vaccine at all. Zero. Just a little tenderness from where I always get shots in the upper shoulder. But how you doing, Sean? But they do say the first shot is the training wheels, right? The second shot is the big kahuna. That's where you get your powerful, that's what stimulates the huge response and the tremendous blooming of antibodies in the body. So I would imagine I got to be back by the 22nd because that's when I'm getting my shot. So I have a short window between 14th and 22nd where I need to be back for that second dose. Then, provided I survive that, then I hope to be more extended on the road. I'd really like to return to Yuma and Los Algodones and down into the desert country. I'd like to explore a little bit of New Mexico and look around Santa Fe and a little bit of Albuquerque and places like that. So, uh, no, GBJ, that was one hell of a flag you were wearing, bro. So yeah, if you're on my Instagram, I have a few different suits that I wear on there. So make sure you join my Instagram and hit me up over there. That's the Moderna 2 shots, yes. And the Moderna is still offering some level of protection against the African variant of the virus. And unfortunately, the AstraZeneca one is not providing that protection. So it's very hit and miss. Rhea says Yuma is nice. I've been to Yuma many times. I enjoy. Spent a lot of time in Yuma. I've been there multiple times. I spent a lot of time in Los Algodones across the border, so it's a lot of fun. Can't do live streams over there, but you can do some great recorded content. I love New Mexico. Been there 1,000 times. I'm really attracted to Santa Fe and just the beautiful. Supposed to be great sunsets, great architecture, a really cool art scene there, and just a really cool town. I've really not spent. I've only traversed through New Mexico. I've never spent a lot of time over there. So Africa wants to return. Well, it's useless for them. If you go to Death Valley, stay at the Armagosa Opera House. I've seen videos on that before. Hey Barry, how are you? Good to see you. I've seen the Armagosa, great Chuchin in New Mexico, ancient Indian burial sites and great cemeteries. There's still a lot of in Nevada I would like to explore. I'd like to just go back to Tonopah. I'd like to spend the night at the Goldfield Hotel where Monkey Boy spent the night or spent a few hours up there and look around the town and check that out. In the town of Tonopah. And, I just rode through just enough to get the Clown Motel, just enough to walk through the graveyard, the weird cemetery. over there. Not on any social media platforms. Well, it's okay. Yeah, it's all awesome down there. And then I want to make my way to the East Coast. I've gone to Baltimore quite a few times on the channel, at least 3 times. I think I've been back and forth to Baltimore. But I've never really taken you guys outside of Baltimore to the eastern shore of Maryland, which is incredible, on Chesapeake Bay, down on the Chester River, the Nanticoke River, the Miles River, the Wye River, all the beautiful areas of the eastern shore. Crisfield, the hard crab capital of the world, and over to Ocean City, Maryland, and over Assateague Island, and all of those places, as well as Western Maryland, which I drove through. I met Simon out there and his beautiful wife in Cumberland, and spent some time around there and did some videos on that. But it can be pretty cool content. I'm not going to take people around to Civil War sites and all that, but I find that people don't particularly care because that content is readily available. But when I'm going back in time and telling you guys, Jesus, this is where I worked in 1976, right? Humping boxes of frozen French fries into freezers. Or this is where I sat outside shucking 13 bushels of corn a day. All the memories of that. I was approved for an orectomy by my surgeon. Okay, well, good luck to you. Good luck to you, Rhea. God bless. Good luck to you. Hello, doctor. I can tell you a million places in Utah to go and not spend $1, just enjoy the beauty. Yeah, Chincoteague is another great place. That's where they have the pony swim from Assateague Island to Chincoteague. And they auction off the ponies for support of the Chincoteague Fire Department there. So it's very famous. It's been covered by National Geographic. And maybe this week I really want to go to Honolulu. I really have a desire to take you guys to Hawaii, to the island of Oahu, and at least spend some time showing you around that place. I think that would be great content. I know it like the back of my hand. Of course, it's changed something over 24 years or whatever. But basically, it's going to be kind of the same. But it would be great to get some content and be over there. And the non-traditional stuff. You hit the Chinatown, you take the thing out to the Arizona Memorial, which I've done before. The Navy puts you on a little launch out there, or the Park Service, and it's a beautiful thing. But to do some of the back alley chooching and things like that are great down there too. Oh, book 'em, Dano. There's the Hawaii 5-0 building. Could I go with you to Hawaii? Yeah, down Route 13 in Maryland. Well, I used to drive across 50, across the Chesapeake Bay Bridge, go down it used to be the Governor Ritchie Highway, Route 2 going down, and then over the Chesapeake Bay Bridge, and then into Kent Island and Easton, and down through Salisbury, and then finally out Route 50 to the end, Ocean Highway at Ocean City down there. Go up through Montana, hit Needle Highway in South Dakota. Do the whole, I'm not sure if it would be great for the channel too, right? And I think that would be great content to do that. And of course, I would do that on the cheap. But what I can't do is I cannot afford to go over and be in a lockdown for 2 weeks in a hotel, right? Well, Rosie, you could just book a month at a condo. Man, I'm not going to sit around for 2 weeks with my thumb up my bum looking at TV, and it just ain't going to happen, man. I just can't do it. Maybe when they come out with the release of the studies that show that you can't be a spreader once you get vaccinated, then they'll open it up to people that have their vaccine passports, and that'll be a different story on there. Graveyard in Loon Lake, New York, which we visited during the day. One of the headstones read, "Here I lie, as soon as you shall be, we hauled ass out of there." Ooh. Yes, I always wear my Dorito bikini. Yeah. Danced in my imagination since Spanish ships with ponies. Well, I've seen it. I've been there. I've camped on the Assateague Island. Some of the Spanish galleons shipwrecked in a hurricane off of the coast of Maryland, Virginia, the Delmarva Peninsula, and the ships broke up and the horses swam to shore, and the rest is history. So, of course, it'd be Dorito Bikini. Glacier Rip, and then swing down to Devil's Tower, and then Yellowstone and Four Corners. I'm going to be incredibly honest with you guys. I'm going to be straight up with you guys. I have no interest in going to national parks. Okay, that's going to sound insane to you. I don't care about Yosemite. I don't care about Yellowstone. I don't care about it's not my interest to do that. My interest is exploring towns and cities and getting the inside stories, the backstories, pulling out the hella interesting stories, right? I don't want to get just the surface harvest. You know what I mean? I want to go get the real underground stories, the real back alley chooches, the real kind of deal of what makes a town or a city tick. So I'm not really interested in doing state parks, places like that. Would anyone even know if you don't self quarantine? Absolutely, Susie. In Hawaii, they take that deadly serious. Okay. They give you like a one-time hotel pass key. That's it. All right. A lot of places do because they're not screwing around. Because when the quarantine started, they had all kinds of people flying in because it was cheap and they were violating the quarantine, and then they would scold them on the hand, put them back in. They would sneak out again, and then finally they really got serious over there. And they will fine you heavily, and they will put a damn ankle bracelet on you. Okay? They're not screwing around. They know it's critical to them to get tourism back open again in a big way over there. Well, yeah, I wouldn't tell, and folks disappeared in part. I'm just not, yeah, I'm just not down with parks. So I read the Honolulu Star Advertiser every day, Star Bulletin every single day. So they're still having quite a few cases over in Hawaii. So they know they got a lot on the line, but if I hear word that Hawaii's lifting travel, if you've got your vaccine passport fully filled out with your 2 shots documented, man, I'm out of here. I'm out. I'm on the plane. Do 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 do. I still got lots of miles that have been carried over from United from all the flights I did over the years. Unexpiring miles on there. I'm old school. Why don't you wear stockings more often? Because I'm not that femmy, right? I'm more like the boom boom girl, bum 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 boom boom, right? You know what I mean? I'm not a girly girl kind of girl. I'm like more like the rough and tumble kind of tomboy, right? That kind of thing. Yeah, falls off the mountain. Good night, Cheryl. I'm not saying folks should, but I just wonder. Love that shirt. Thank you. Have you thought about using wood hardener on the top rail of your back fence? Not really, Ron. That fence, if I can get just to next season, work. See, the guy at the apartment house next door, he gave me this ridiculous quote because he wanted to give the work to his own. His own manager and crew over there. Screw that. So when it goes, I'll finally just pay to, I'll go back and talk to him again. It'll fall down on, it'll fall into his side. So, Canada now as well, you have to have at least $2,000 to enter. This includes the test and 3 days in a hotel. Wow. Yeah, wait for you, Joey D. Yeah. I'm truly about protecting nature. I respect national parks. Yeah. I don't have anything against national parks. but I'm just, God, I'm a city born and raised. I get spooked, I get scared in nature, right? It's a very traumatizing experience for me to be in the middle of the woods and it's, ooh, ooh. The hell was that? Watch your video, something sticks out in your bikini. I guess we know what that is. Istanbul, ah man, yeah, Constantinople, aka Istanbul, another place on my bucket list, but not given the world climate right now and all that. So, yeah, the boys think you're a girl. Like, well, I mean, it is what it is. I'm not much on camping. I camped a lot when I was a kid, so I'm not doing a 14-day quarantine. But I think even a month in Hawaii would be fantastic. I think that would be really cool. And I might have the connections to, I mean, I stayed there for 9 months. I pretty much know the layout and the scene. And sometimes you can get a monthly rental for a pretty good price there. So we shall see, right? Oh, thank you, Dawn. You're sweet. I like the cities as well. Dark and quiet is unnerving. It's just not my thing, Kathy. I've just always been a real city person, right? And I've loved the city life. I like exploring back alleys and back roads, and I like talking to people. I like to do research and find out what cool crap happened here and bring that history to life. To me, that's exciting. The national parks are great. I mean, I could do nice, cinematic features of, Bridal Falls at Yosemite and all that stuff. But it's not, it's the same reason that people tell people go here. What did they tell me to do? Oh, yeah, like, uh, here was one. Rosie, you're always taking us to like shitholes. Like you're taking us down to Compton, walking the streets in Compton Boulevard, and you're taking us to Skid Row. And but you're not taking us to Beverly Hills or Rodeo Drive. And I remind people when I did my earlier videos of Beverly Hills and I did live streams of Beverly Hills, you know how many people cared, gave a shit about that? Hardly anybody at all. Because Robin Leach, lifestyles that are rich and famous to the contrary, people are more interested in life on the nitty gritty streets than they are on Wilshire Boulevard, Sunset Boulevard, and up in Beverly Hills, or on Rodeo Drive, right? Nobody really cared. Nobody watched that content, okay? And I didn't really enjoy making that content. All right, I enjoyed finding Jed Clampett's mansion and flying the drone over it. You can see that on the Rosie Murphy channel, which turned out to be a well-watched video. A lot of people have enjoyed that, set to banjo music and everything like that. But other than that, just not my thing. You live and breathe the forest, that's great. In the middle of nowhere, the depth of man, not a person. Oops, the engine won't start. You go to places I would never go, and places that I enjoy going. Hey, Steve C, how you doing? What's going on? How you doing, Steve? Champagne wishes and caviar dreams. So what people think that they want to see and what they actually watch are two different things. I mean, it's the same on YouTube. You'll look at a lot of people say I hate drama, yet they'll pack in the drama chats and things like that because they enjoy seeing people beat on each other and trash talk people. I mean, it's kind of like human nature. But if you have a chat critiquing Etruscan vases of the 200 BC or whatever, you're going to have a small select audience in that. I want to be buried by sea. I want to go back to the earth. I need to live stream the Hood of Detroit. I've got people that can take me. Yeah, man, you ought to go down to Livernois Avenue if you want to go to the Hood. right? I had Elvis Travels freaking out on some of those side streets. We're pinned in. We're gonna be sandwiched in here. We're gonna be robbed. I'll tell you when to hit the panic button, okay? Watch Cover TV, loud noise, talking, screaming, and music. And K-Town was too much. See, I love K-Town. I love the buzz. I love the buzz of K-Town. I love the streets of LA. I'm fascinated by all that. Yeah, nothing wrong with a little deliverance, right, Charlie Brown? Do 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 do. Bum 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 bum. He was going crazy, taking Warren North out of Dearborn. You know, Warren Avenue is cool. I'm gonna get one of these truly beverages here. Detroit was awesome. I had a great time in Detroit, except the friggin' heat and humidity. We happened to hit this rare heat spell. Everybody's always oh, we never get it that hot here, and this is just unusual. Yeah, just my luck. Hey, J Love, how are ya? Yeah, GBJ's like me. I don't give a shit about seeing Beverly Hills. Not my thing. Not to make drama, but he has a new channel on YouTube as of today. Well, whatever. You know, champagne wishes and caviar dreams. Yeah, I'll be doing, I'm not going to be live streaming. I'll be doing recorded videos in the morning, and then I'll try to go live in the evening and hang out with Janet a little bit. Be fun. J Love says, one of the things I like to do is finding hidden graffiti gems in the city. You'd love some of my Oakland adventures because the alleys I go down are just full of graffiti to the point that they would take bus trips through there. And the artists and the people that lived there started getting pissed off because the tourist buses were making money going down these alleys, and it's giving nothing back to the community at all, right? I watched numerous channels that said the real side of LA, Vegas, home mere blocks from the glass. That's what I'm saying, Sheila. You have that just juxtaposition of also poor living in the midst of rich down there. And not that I seek out poor, because I just, I take that as a challenge. Like, Rosie, you would never walk in Skid Row. Well, I recorded walking in Skid Row. And although I only put up just traversing one square block, I'd walk 3 blocks of Skid Row and picked out the what I thought that was the coolest section to put up. They joked on YouTube, oh, Whiskey OG. Oh, people never walk down to Compton. I got my camera out and did the full walk down Compton, right in LA. Lived to tell about it. Spooky, dicey, yeah. Really weird, scary, yeah. But that's the equivalent of my climbing Mount Everest. I'm doing good, J Love. No, I'm not gonna do the damn F the air fryer, Josh. I don't care about the air fryer. I don't got room to put that stuff. It's just more junk here. Mardi Gras is canceled. I want to go down to Fantasy Fest, but see, that's really expensive. I'd like to just go on the street as Space Girl. That would be damn cool down there for that. But just too damn expensive, that type of thing. Some graffiti is amazing talent. Yeah, it's time to watch Access Hollywood if they want to see Beverly Hills. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's my experience having done this street videos and live streams for years. I got a damn good idea of what people like to see, and what they really like to see is what I don't want to say they don't dare drive or walk around in. That's what they really want to see. All right, that's the real deal. They want to see what life is like in the nitty gritty, right down on street level there. And we've met some interesting. I don't know when Honolulu, Patricia. You tell me when they'll open it up again. You tell me. I'm hoping this is what might make it a little cheap for me because when they open up Honolulu again, they're probably going to be solid booked up for God knows how long. But since I'll have part 2 of my vaccination, I might be in there before a significant amount of the population that travels gets vaccinated, and it might work in my favor. So, yeah, I don't do national parks, J Love. I don't do it. Fantasy Fest is in Key West. See, so is the Houston Livestock and Rodeo. Who's that? MX Big. How are ya? How are ya? That's exactly JBG. I like exactly what I'm doing. I love to do that. Scary and dark cemeteries are cool. Got to be careful though; they can be awful dangerous. I almost killed myself the last time. Last time out, that was an eye opener for me. And I can't believe the places you go. Yeah, Sharon, there's pretty cool. Probably before I take off for LA or something like that, I do have a strong desire if we get a stretch of good weather to take you guys. Now that they have some outdoor dining, I'd like to take you guys back to Oakland and revisit some of the places we chooched a year or two ago. Those places and check that out. International Boulevard. It's scary, it's fun, it's wild, it's unpredictable, but it's ultra cool. Key West. Yeah, it's so expensive. How you doing, Tara baby? You want to go to the Poconos again this summer? Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But I think going to because I already know Honolulu so well that um, I kind of know some of the cool places to go that a lot of people may not know. I have plenty of beaches around me living in Philly. Yes, you do. You have Ocean City, New Jersey. You got Cape May, Rehoboth Beach, Bethany Beach, Ocean City, Maryland. Yeah. Yeah, the Cecil Hotel. Definitely be back at the Cecil Hotel. Um, I'd like to, it's so hard. I'd like to get inside the Cecil, right? You got to have the right connection to get in, right? To kind of make that happen. And you got to be somebody of some weight in the world. You just can't walk up as a nobody and just get the keys and get the royal tour. Sometimes you hit it lucky, like at the Oasis Motel in Vegas, where finally we went enough times and we hit the right person. And yeah, I'll take you in and show you where Stu Unger was found dead. Yeah, over there is room 19. That's where the guy hung himself or did whatever over there. You don't have a chooching partner to protect your welfare. Well, many times I went to Oakland with that one. And Patricia Wakefield, this is going to sound very counterintuitive to you. In other words, it'll defy your conventional thinking. Times I've gone with somebody else live streaming, it's been more of a threat to that person and me than going solo. See, if you go down the street and people perceive that you're just a female gone down, okay, you're just a kook with a camera, they're not going to really engage you too much. Okay? All right, they're going to kind of keep their distance. But if you go down the street and you have a guy with you or two guys with you, all of a sudden you look like, the hell are these people doing here? You know what I'm saying? You become more of a point of confrontation because the people on the street will engage guys more rapidly and get in their face and stuff. So it actually creates more problems by having somebody with me. And I mean, I take pepper spray with me, but I'm just saying, I've noticed over the time that I've done chooching and stuff that like having Mr. Z with me or other people, sometimes it can definitely work against your safety for you and them. Hey, Kaylee, how are you? Okay, good night, EJ. Good night. Do you like Rehoboth or Wildwood? They have their own uniqueness. Crime in Oakland Chinatown is sky high, which I can't even understand. Just it lays at the foot of International Boulevard, but um, I don't know. Oakland's a shithole in a lot of ways. I will take care of you, but in a dream. Ooh, Jabbar. Oh, baby, you know what I like. Chandelier Layton. Yeah, with folks, it looks like trouble. When you're yourself, people dismiss you as a crackhead, a crackpot, a nut, just a goof. They're less likely to come up and engage. Now, I like to engage people. First time I went down to Oakland, I met James. James brings a damn, anybody remember? James brings a damn Lagunitas IPA ale down, and we're sitting there drinking outside of his rental place. Right, we're chilling, and he's like, "Oh, can I talk into coming up and partying, and we can get a pint, you know." But he was as nice as could be, right? I mean, I tried to engage people, right? At one time, I wanted to get a gold tooth. Remember? I wanted to go down to the gold tooth shop and get a gold tooth. Drove his car in one of those park lots for restaurants in downtown, bounced off and flew in the air and knocked the top. Wow. Wow. Yeah, older women are the main target. Training day. That's it. I mean, I guess it's pretty bad out there. But I thought it'd be pretty cool to have a gold tooth. Hey, Joe Kane, how are you? Millennials have changed the world forever. I guess so. I don't know. Uh, Not sure about that. I think a lot of millennials think that they got the shit end of the stick in everything from social media to economics and all of that kind of crap. So um, it's not my circus, not my monkeys, right? Leary Rose gone while tensions are high and nothing to lose. Yeah, I thought that'd be cool to go into the shop and video getting a gold tooth that you could slip on. I think that'd be pretty cool. We were gonna go in and then the damn shop was closed. It was too late on Saturday, right? I'm always looking for a way to make some interesting, fun, interactive content with people. Now, I can't speak about how, I can tell you this thing though, and I've told you this guy's a lot. The streets are a hell of a lot meaner now than they were a year and a half ago. Guaranteed. I've seen it in Vegas, I've seen it in LA, and you're much more at risk now. People feel a lot more empowered to screw with you on the streets. And before they might be a little hesitant to just get that camera out of my, but now they might just come and just interact with you, and not in a good way. Hey, Trisha G. So the risk is much higher of trouble, I judge now, because of the pandemic. But it's kind of interesting. Things are opening up now, so that's a good thing. What's your mailing at PO Box? Yeah, don't send me anything, okay? Please, please. It's on my about page, Trisha G. It's right up there. I don't know if it's so much the millennial to the next gen or as much as social media. I wanted to get something for my butt. I wanted to get a tattoo or something right above the bikini line. I thought it'd be a cute little Playboy bunny peeking out from the top of the bikini or something like that. But I always kind of hesitated. You know, because a tattoo is really forever, and I'd go back and forth and back and forth, and finally, nah, it's just, I like piercings better. I've got my belly button piercing, and I like wearing dangly jewelry down there and all that. Now may not be the time. Well, I'll think it over, Patricia. I'm not going to do anything stupid. Not going to do anything stupid. But I do think the millennials get the shit. They do get the shit end of the stick. Gold tooth, old news. Oh, well, Trisha G, I can pick that up at Target, honey. That's okay. Hold on to your money, babe. Hold on to your money. That's very sweet. I feel things are opening because Trump is not prez. You think so? Yeah, man. Uh, I don't know. I mean, I got to think about that a little bit. I mean, I think things are kind of opening because the numbers are declining now. I'd like to think that. There's no respect for the older population. The young kids seem so angry. Well, look at the world that they have today, right? I mean, those of us who grew up in the '60s, the '70s, the '80s. I mean, let's face it. It was a hell of a different America than it is today, right? Right? You might have the odd race riot or something, or just some kooky passing thing, energy crisis, whatever. But man, just look at the shape of the world today. Political conflict, economic conflict, the concentration of wealth in the hands of very few. It's a very frightening time. It's hard to get on the ladder of money. That's why so many people are throwing themselves so hard at social media now, right? To make a name for themselves and to do crazier and crazier crap. Get rich life of road trips. How you doing, cookies? I'm not sure if I'd want rich life of road trip tattooed on my tramp stamp in the back there. I'm not sure I'd want that. Uh, Always go back and forth with tats because they're permanent and I mean it'd be cute, it would be awesome, but I just go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. So I'm enjoying. I got my belly button pierced. I can hang nice long pieces of jewelry there, and it's a nice look with the bikinis and things, and I like that. Uh, yeah, this is why we can't have nice things, right, Trisha G? It's a different world. Can you imagine the way that the birth rate and the dating rate is declined right now and collapsed, right? I think we'll probably set a record this year for probably some people would say the most births. I would say no, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it's tough times. We had a great times compared to what they're, and we didn't even think that they were that great, right? Right. We had no structure in their lives. That's right, detailer. It's de-evolution. It's regressing to a more animal state. When's the last time you saw somebody? Yeah, I've thought about getting my nips pierced, but I couldn't even imagine the pain factor of having that needle stuck through a nip. Plus, um, I don't want to sound like the ultimate exhibitionist, but it's not like you're going to really show anybody anybody that, right? You might hang a nice tassel down between, but not my gig, right? Not my gig. You don't want your cousin as a tattoo. That would be yeah. You don't want to put your second cousin's name on it, right? Those were good old days and didn't know it. Maybe a tattoo of the weekend on my left hand, like a play button. Imagine that, chef. You know. I do like the dermal piercings that you'll see. I do like them. This always makes it look like I have a shadow. It's oh, I do like the little dermal piercings. I also like the little black sort of beauty mark there. I like that. That's kind of nice. Yeah, weekend. I'm afraid they'll rip my nips. I just couldn't deal with the pain. Hey, Emerald City. I just literally don't think I could take the pain of it, right? And to what effect? I don't know. I don't know. No nipple piercing since you're always braless. Yeah, exactly. 2020, the year to lockdown and increasing drinking, decreased sex drive. How many people? I mean, I didn't feel like bouncing around. No, I'm not getting lip injections or anything. Uh, I just, didn't even feel like bouncing around much in a bikini last summer at all, to tell you the truth. I just felt like, just didn't feel, just felt defeated by just the world. I got to be psychologically in a good frame of mind to do it. And all I could think about was, how we're going to exist and get through this goofy pandemic. Except for knowing what you're doing is wrong. Saying it's awesome to spend so much time with the kids, but the cost they own is kind of an indulgence. Yeah, I would definitely faint from the pain, Jody. I just couldn't even imagine it. It was bad enough. It took 4 times to get my belly button pierced properly. And each time I would just sit there and think, well, here we go. Oh, God. And I have every one of those piercings on video, right? Oh. Mental health is suffering, but maybe things are aligning now with spring coming in basically a month, and I'm feeling rejuvenated. I'm feeling excited about 2021. Keep your fingers crossed, and I think I'm going to feel more like my old drive back and things like that. So, yeah, I can't do the pain. Can you imagine having a kid? I don't know. My belly button is a. Yeah, I have 4 videos of mine being done here. 4 videos. My belly button piercing. So, last one was finally done right. So I'm very happy with that. Yeah, it's painful. It's a job. That's for sure. I'd say the core is a very painful part of the body and lower back. Anytime you have anything going on, it's horrible pain. Tattoo the neck? I don't think so. What am I, a hood rat? What am I, Mike Tyson? I'm gonna bust you up, man. You get in that ring, I'm gonna fuck you up something fierce, man. You just wait till we get in there. I'll be laughing at you, man, when you're down on the mat. uh, I have nipples, not big capital nips. No. I wonder what is the birth rate high? I don't know. I don't know. Thank you, Kaylee. Nice to see you, Kaylee. I forgot I had taken an aspirin the night before my belly button piercing. What did that contribute to? A lot of bleeding or something on that? Boy, I'm just going to say goodbye to what little fingernails I have now starting on this project this week. If those who did not get the bill, they am dying from the cornholio only insofar as they get, some people have a cytonic, what they call reaction. I might be saying that wrong. Some people can be dead within 24 hours of contracting it. It happens because they have an accelerating, the immune system breaks down so rapidly. But I think there's going to be less people dying unless we have, um, a mutation that's really bad, like happened in 1918. The second mutation just wiped out like 20 to 40-year-old people. It was terrible. Right? We've not had that mutation yet here. Will we have it? Who knows? Will we be looking at vaccinations for years? Probably, because we can't vaccinate people fast enough, and in the meantime, in the unvaccinated population, the virus is still mutating and infecting and things like that, which means if it goes long enough, then the people that got vaccinated now don't have any immunity to the latest son of Cornholio or great nephew of Cornholio that turns out to be a real widowmaker. You understand? We start this vicious circle of, and that's the fear. Lower and lower the real men and becoming more infertile than women. Yeah. They pushed a huge gauge through this small piercing. Well, vastly overpopulated. Things slowed down a bit. Maybe not a bad thing. Well, it's nature's way. No, yeah, man. I wanted to try this truly hard seltzer. I don't think I'll buy it again, but it wasn't too bad. When am I going to be back on the factory floor? Bikinied up for Ford for the boys. Yeah, man. If you could see tomorrow, phew, the way it looks, I should get Ford across here, right? Was that confession? Well, in a lot of ways, underpopulation or population collapse is a very dangerous prospect for economic growth. That's really problematic. My theory will become a major issue, and they push the age of consent. I think can be stomach. I agree with that, C. Robbins. I don't know about pushing the age, but yeah, I mean, remember the economist Malthus, right? Things have a Malthusian response. Eventually, nature takes care of balancing things. Remember Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, the famous words of Jacob Marley, Ebenezer Scrooge's partner. No problem, just reduce the surplus population, right? I don't understand how vaccine works for this. It's in the cold category. If I'm not mistaken, there's no vaccine for the cold. Well, this is a variant that was very rapid, very rapid. This is the H1, a variation of the H1N1, which is different from the cold. Tara won't speak to you if you have Ford tattooed on you. I know, I know. Good night, Linda Harper. Good night, sweetie. That's not bad. It tastes better than it did the first time. So, Ford Country, where Main Street and Ford got loops in our town. If I figure out how to make faux tattoos, I would make you whatever wording, sentiment, photo you want. How would they do? I got sent some really, really raunchy, not raunchy, but rubble transfer tattoos, temporary. And yeah, I wore one to the Russian River one time, and I'll tell you, I had a lot of unwanted attention on that. On that. Guys loved it, the girls hated it, right? So I'm scared of the vaccine. For my first vaccine, no problem. My friends are kind of getting. You should get a little bit of sick. That's the point of the second vaccine. That's exactly the point of it. You want to have a little bit of a mild reaction because that mild to moderate reaction is what's going to prevent you from getting the full on case because nobody's really died yet that's gotten the vaccine. So, all right. I mean, I've had, you can send me wood. I mean, I'll wear them on a dare, but I'm just saying. That'll be on the OnlyFans page if I ever get that set up. So that's all right. I can do more fun and content over there and stuff without having to worry about YouTube. Oh my God, I'm a grandma. Well, congratulations. Just dealing with these. Well, Trisha G, that's up to you, honey. Nobody can deny. Well, congratulations, Susie. Susie's a grandma. Some don't realize it when they're not feeling well. Some of that is their own. Yeah, exactly. It's the own immune system fighting. My stepfather just died after having the vaccine. Well, he already contracted it then, Ace man. There's no way that giving that vaccine caused his death. There ain't no way. It's what we call an unhappy coincidence of having already contracted it and then getting the vaccine. There's not been one case of somebody's been vaccinated and then died afterward. You should report to the CDC and Centers for Disease Control if that's the case. So, well, the vaccine hasn't been out that long, so it's not really a nobody died yet scenario. Nobody, well, it's been out enough. You've got tens of millions of people that have been vaccinated so far. I'm liking the numbers. Congratulations, Susie. I'm liking the numbers. That's really good, Patricia. And Ace Man, my condolences on that. Welcome to the baby girl. All right. Way to go, Susie. And for real, it does. You're not gonna contract and be gone that quickly. Number one, it takes at least 2 to 3 days to stimulate any. And if it was the first dose, it'd be virtually impossible. He probably contracted seasonal influenza or something. But in any event, Ace man, regardless, my deepest sympathies for your loss. That's a terrible thing. It was in a nursing facility. It's not so much me being scared. It's more what effect this vaccine will have. It's to me, Jay Love. It's no different than any other vaccine. What effect on me years down the road has the seasonal influenza shot that I got in 1998 had on me? None that I can really tell. I mean, immunology is not a complicated thing. You discover the virus that's causing the problem, and you extract some of that virus, and you put a very tiny quantity into suspension. You inject that into somebody so that the body stimulates a natural but not overblown reaction to it, and it builds up a lot of antibodies. So if the real virus comes along, the body already recognizes that, and it stops it cold with the defenses at that point. I haven't seen any adverse outcomes from the Pfizer. It's not the magic bullet, so well, that's good. I'm happy, Susie, but y'all have to make up your own decision. To me, epidemiology, virology, and immunology is such a it's not that complicated a process. I mean, it's saved untold hundreds of millions of lives in the 100 years that we've been able to vaccinate people against polio, diphtheria, tetanus, pertussis, German measles, just everything down the line. It's been fantastic. Corpse and Exposed, everybody came out in the 30s. Well, it doesn't matter, J Love, because every year they make the flu vaccine, it's a totally different complement of bullets in it. You know what I'm saying? It does not matter when the vaccine comes out. Every year they shift the flu vaccine because they try to guess the strains that are going to be around when flu season comes. Most of the time they hit, they'll pack it with 4 or 5 different bullets, but sometimes every bullet misses. Some years they're right on and they stop all of it. But every year's flu cocktail is different. So it's kind of irrelevant in the 1930s about the flu vaccine because every year is different. Okay, this is no different than seasonal influenza. This is just H1N1 strain, which is much more infectious. But they've already sequenced the RNA on it, developed the antibody, not the antibody, but the doses to stimulate the antibody. It's not that complicated, but everybody has to make up their own mind about it. Growing any rush it doesn't matter how long it took to make it, Patricia. It's just it either works or it doesn't. You put it in clinical trials and it's either successful, which the Moderna is like 90% and the Pfizer's like 90%, the Johnson and Johnson 67%. It's either effective or it's not. It doesn't matter if it took a week to make it, a month to make it. If it works, it works, right? If it works, it works. I hope the boss listens to you on the floating floor. Well, Ron, I would rather kind of follow him a little bit on that. That way I don't get into trouble with him, right? To me, it's a miracle and it's the beauty of our system that we could crank out a vaccine that quickly that has such a high degree of effectiveness. It's amazing. And it just shot right through clinical trials, like amazing. First is safety and then is efficacy, and then there's no point beyond the efficacy of it. It's already proven. To me, it's no more dangerous than a seasonal influenza vaccine, but that's just my opinion. You guys have the right to make up your own minds, which you will. Yeah, but it's got some problems to it too. Anyway, guys, I'm going to have an early day tomorrow. I'll see you on the morning upload. I don't know if I'll do a quick stream from the road on the way down there, but to my moderators, thank you. You all make up your own mind. You have that beautiful freedom in America to do that and make your choice. But make sure you make your choice based on facts and not, not alternative media that just wants attention for the sake of building up its popularity. Okay? There's been a lot of wrong science out there, just all kinds of craziness. In the meantime, you can respectfully disagree. That's fine, Cheryl. But I would say I'm respectively much more plugged into the realities of the medical aspects of it than the average bear. But you've all got to make up your own decision. Immunology is the simplest science in the world, and it's been proven, and it's saved probably well over 1 billion lives or not more in its usage. But I report, you decide on that. Thumbs up are appreciated. If we could get those final 9 thumbs up. Do love all you guys. Make the right choice. Do what's right for you. Don't listen to anybody else. Gather your own research and do your own